My name is Misty Mitchell, and I am from the Johnny Morris's Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium in Springfield, Missouri. And we are so glad to have you today. So make sure as you're watching our Facebook Live, if you have any questions throughout, make sure and ask us those questions. We have an amazing show in front of us. We are headed to the Pacific Ocean, and we're going out on a boat. And it's going to be super exciting. I'm excited to get there, but we have a few things we want to talk about before we head out on the boat. So let's talk about mission conservation. Mission conservation is an amazing program that we have developed that allows kids to learn at home. Right now, a lot of our families are still at home looking for educational opportunities to get involved with as a family. And this program, we have been working with Agents of Discovery, and Agents of Discovery have created an educational gaming platform very similar to Pokemon Go. And I'm going to introduce Mary, who's going to tell you more about Agents of Discovery and the platform.
Well, thank you, Misty. And we are so pleased to be partnering with you to help learners at home be able to play games very similar to Pokemon Go, as you said, Misty. But instead of learning about Pokemon, they're going to learn all about conservation. So the idea is that the kids can use augmented reality and gaming technology to learn things that are really, really important and that support all the amazing work you are doing to ensure that learners at home really have a chance to get best in class of conservation education resources.
Yes, and that's right, Mary. And we're excited to be working with you. And the really interesting thing about this platform is we can change it all of the time. So every single week we have launched a new mission with new activities and new games. So there's something new for the family every single week. And it's very, very easy. You're going to download Agents of Discovery app. You'll go to the Google Play or the App Store. You're going to search for mission conservation, and you're going to find all of the missions that you can play. And right now we have a total of 7 missions that have lots of different activities to be able to play. And then from there, you will use image triggers. And these image triggers allow you to open the games. Those are the things that get the game started for you. This week, our mission is Mission Conservation Moana Pacifica's Ocean Icons. And we are going to be going to the Pacific Ocean. So this week mission, we have partnered with Moana Pacifica. It's a collective platform for the Pacific people's voices to be heard in the global climate change conversation, specifically concerning the world's largest ocean, the Pacific Ocean. Well, these missions are pretty amazing. I got to play them earlier today, and I played the one that they did with us back in earlier in the month in June on World Ocean Day. Amazing missions to work with. Let's pull up their triggers and look at some of the triggers that they have. So in this mission, you're going to use your agent, and then those agents are going to be there, and you've got these triggers. The cool thing about these is you can print them and you can hide them in the backyard. You can hide them inside the house. Make a scavenger hunt or a treasure hunt out of it. Make sure the kids are up and active. They scan these, and when they scan them, you open up all kinds of activities for the kids to participate in, from catching fish to catching and learning about recycling and the importance of not putting plastics into our oceans. And so they're really cool, really worldwide to get involved with. So today we are going to be headed to the Cook Islands. So not very many people know where the Cook Islands is. I will admit, when I started working with Stan Wolfgram and his group, I didn't know much about the Cook Islands, but the Cook Islands are a group of 15 islands off New Zealand. You can see here in our map. And this is an area in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is 60 million square miles. And so all of this area in the blue that you see that runs from California to China is the Pacific Ocean. And we're going to be headed right out there into the Pacific Ocean, and we're going to be visiting that area. And there it is actually morning time. Right here where I'm at in Springfield, Missouri, it is the afternoon. Our workday is almost done, but there it's going to be early in the morning. So today we are going to be meeting with 2 of our icons that are going to be used in our mission. So we're going to be meeting with, on our right hand side, this is Nan Hauser. Her icon is the whale. She has been studying humpback whales and whales in general for over 30 years. She's an amazing presenter. Her knowledge is so deep. She is the president at the Center for Cetacean Research and conservation director at the Cook Islands Whale Research Center. She believes that it's important to inspire others about the stories of the Pacific Ocean, as well as our firsthand adventures. They can learn to love and protect our ocean. And here on our left, this is Stan Wolfgram. He is the CEO of Drum Productions. He's producer of Moana Pacifica, and his icon, marine mammal, is the banded sea crate. And at the age of 3 is when his first marine animal, his father taught him to respect the ocean and to respect the animals. He's been working to share Indigenous Pacifica love stories with the world, to inspire others to care and act, and to protect the Moana Pacifica, the Pacific Ocean. So I'm going to turn it over, Stan. We're so excited to be headed out on the Pacific Ocean with you.
Hey, Misty. Good to meet you guys. So,
Hi,
welcome
Stan.
to the...
Hi, everybody. How are you guys today?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you guys. So, welcome to the Cook Islands. We're out actually on a boat. So, we're on a research vessel. It's been a bit of a windy day for us today and a little bit of rain, but we were able to kind of make a bit of a team effort and get out here for you guys so that we can share a bit of the ocean with you today. So with me, I have Nan.
Hi.
And this is Darius.
Hi.
And this is Gracie.
Hello.
And up front, we'll probably meet Gracie's mum, Marisa. She's out front. She's part of the team as well. So it's very much a community and family project as far as whale research and conserving the ocean is concerned. So what we want to do today is try and show you a little bit about what we do out here. And first off, I'll start up with these guys and have a little chat to the kids. So, Gracie, Darius,
Yeah.
tell us about where you're from. Where are we?
We're right now in Rarotonga Cook Islands.
From Ararangi,
Arurangi,
which is one of the villages.
one of the villages of Rarotonga. We're also in what's called the Lee. So the Lee is the sheltered side of the island. So we had to come over here today where it's a bit more sheltered for us. So tell us about what you do in the ocean, Darius.
Well, in the ocean I swim. I go fishing, and yeah,
What's your favorite animal in the ocean?
it's probably a turtle.
Turtle.
Yeah.
Why the turtle?
It's just like the shell and how it's shaped and the colors of it. Yeah.
And so you've seen a few turtles?
Yeah.
And so you swam with a few turtles?
Yep.
Great. So, and what do you think about sharing that experience? Do you think other kids could learn a lot from swimming with turtles and interacting with other animals in the ocean?
Yeah. I think they could.
Yeah. Probably learn a bit about respecting the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So Gracie, tell us about you in the ocean. What do you do in the ocean?
I love sailing. I do a lot of sailing in our lagoons. And I also come out with Nan. I'm so happy to be able to come out with Nan and find whales and dolphins.
Great.
Yeah.
So you're part of the research team.
Yes, I am. Very, very proud member.
For how many years?
For 4 years. Nearly 4 years.
Yeah. And got a bit of wind blowing up. You can see there's wind blowing behind us. So we'll shift our boat so we can find our way around the wind. So Gracie, your favourite animal in the ocean is?
Definitely a whale.
Whale.
So definitely be a whale.
So what do you do? How do you help Nan out?
I come out on the boat and we do all sorts of research. We find whales. Sometimes we find them by just looking at the water, but other times we can know that they're there by dropping the hydrophone, which is an underwater microphone, and we listen to the whales. So we listen to their songs and study that.
So why do you think it's important that others should know about these animals?
Because they're so special and they're endangered, so we need to look after them because they are important to the earth
Yeah.
by keeping it beautiful and clean.
So what we're doing is opening an invitation to anybody out there who wants to come and join us in the Cook Islands. Come down anytime and we'll share the ocean with you. For us, we feel it's very important that part of caring for the ocean is actually experiencing the ocean as well. Which is why this week, our game, which is about Moana Pacifica Ocean Icons, it's all about people in the Pacific who have a love for the ocean and about them sharing their stories and experiences with others. That's very much what our game is about today. Good? Yep. Okay. You guys have any questions?
So Gracie and Darius, just so you know, there are kids all over the world that are so envious of what you're able to do. It's pretty special to be involved with whale research at such a young age, and also to be able to be out and doing this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's, also the kids realize that not everyone can get to the ocean and not everyone can have this experience. So it's important for places like Wonders of Wildlife to be able to share their story with kids that are in the middle of continents, as you say. For them to have an experience, to see what marine life is about, and just to try and understand it a bit better. So it's always about learning for us, and for us also it's about next generation. So that's why the game is important to us. It's a way that we can stay in touch with the next generation and teach them and share stories with them about the ocean. So yeah, so we're very happy with the relationship with Nature Discovery and Wonders of Wildlife. Any other questions? What I'm going to do is I'll go on and have a little chat to Nan to find out more about what she does. Okay, thanks guys. Okay.
Hi.
Okay guys, so this is Nan. Nan, where are we?
We are at 21 South, 159 West. We're in Ararari in the Pacific Ocean off of Rarotonga.
Right. And we're on this vessel here. And what's this vessel?
This is one of our research vessels. We have 3. This is our favorite one. It's 25-foot inflatable. It works very well, especially for what we do, whether we need to drone off the boat or drop the hydrophone or drop off the side to film underwater or lean over and collect skin. It's really a perfect boat.
So what do you do, Nan? Tell us a little bit about exactly what you do.
I'm a whale biologist, and so I need to be very scientific in everything that I do. I'm crazy because I'm the kind of person who it has to be exact science. It's not like we come out here and just count whales. We identify the whale by taking the crew. We use the parts of it, the right and left side of the dorsal fin, the tail fluke, the pectoral fins, and underwater. We also get a piece of skin for DNA. That's the first thing we do. Then we start studying the behavior.
So how long have you been doing this, Nan?
I've been doing this for 30 years. Hard to believe. Yes, 30 years, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. It's really exciting.
So we were out here just a couple of days ago, and we were lucky enough to come across some dolphins. And so today we're out here. It's a bit of a search. We have to get out there. They, you know, it's hard work. You need to get out there and look for the animals. And so you get out how many days? Or how many days would you get out? Or is it a season or something? How does it
Well,
work?
from June, July, August, September, October, which is about, we're out just as every day if we can. And if we're not out on the water, then we're looking from land. And that's the humpback whale season. But we can go out at other times because, you know, we're not just looking for humpbacks, we're looking for every species of whale. And like the dolphins that we saw the other day.
So it's a season.
The humpback is a season.
Humpback is a season.
The rest are here year round.
And what's the season? Why is it a season?
Oh, because they migrate. They migrate from Antarctica, where they've been feeding, and they leave Antarctica. They come up here to the warmer waters of Oceania to mate and give birth.
So they
And-
come from Antarctica.
Mhm.
How far away is Antarctica from here?
Well, if you take a direct line, it's about 4,000 miles, but they don't take a direct line. So they swim up here and then across Oceania, which is amazing. They just keep going and going, and they don't eat the whole time. They eat in Antarctica and then they fast. Can you imagine living off your blubber? That
Okay, so
means-
slowing down. So they don't eat. So what do? They go down to Antarctica and they feed in Antarctica
about 6 to 8 months.
for 6 to 8 months. And how much do they eat?
Oh gosh,
Tons.
yeah, they eat tons every day.
And what do they eat?
They eat krill and herring,
What's krill?
tiny little microscopic shrimp-like animals.
So they eat krill, and krill they can find that in Antarctica,
They can't.
right? And then once they're full, then
Well, it's once they put on about, oh gosh, 5,000, well, maybe 15,000 pounds. Yeah, they've got to gain about 15,000 pounds to be able to make migration.
well, they need that energy, or they need to consume that much food to have the energy so that they can travel 4,000 miles
Up here,
to
but
get here.
that would be a direct line. And then from here, they go to the west. So they still go 1,000 miles to Tonga. And sometimes even further, they'll go up to Caledonia or Samoa or Fiji or our outer islands. And then they migrate all the way back down again, we think along the Tongan Trench and the Louisville Ridge and then back down. So all in all, it's 6 to 8 months with no food.
So 6 to 8 months they don't eat food. So people are always saying, oh, they must be snacking, or they come up here and eat. Is that right?
That's right.
They do eat or they don't eat?
They don't eat. And what the amazing thing is, imagine being a mother. She's giving birth. The calf is huge. He's almost as big as this boat when he's born. This boat is 25 feet long, but he's very large and fat. And she's nursing him. He's gaining about 100 pounds a day. And when he's gaining that weight, he's nursing because he's a mammal.
So when you say nursing, what he's doing is he's just feeding his mother. So what's she feeding her? And what is she feeding?
Mother's milk.
Mother's milk.
She's producing milk, which is high fat content, and he feeds. It's like fetal injection. He just gets out of that nipple and fills up and gains a lot of weight. She loses a lot of weight, and yet she keeps going.
Okay, so the story is they come up from Antarctica, 4,000 miles. They come up here. Why do they come up here?
Come up here to the border waters of Oceania to mate and to give birth.
So they want to give birth to their babies in warm water. Right. So they come up here to the Cook Islands and other islands in the Pacific, right? Right. Then they'll give birth, and also this is where they mate up here as well. So the males will come up here too.
Hey, Stan,
Yep.
we've got some questions and we're getting quite a bit of feedback on the microphone too. So let's ask you a quick question. So before we went live, one of the things that I noticed is that Nan was communicating with other boats, I'm assuming in the other area. Why were we doing that?
Well, I live on this microphone right here, and I'm on channel 14, which is the fishing channel. And I call all the fishermen and I say, hey guys, have you seen any whales today? And they say, oh yeah, I had a couple here and a couple there. And all day long we communicate. The fishermen are our brothers. And so we tell them when we have amazing things that they might be interested in. And they're part of our team. They tell us where the whales and the dolphins are. So it's a great country team effort.
Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome.
It's so great to have even the people, even the tourists, because you put signs up, even the people who have restaurants or anybody that's just driving
Go
along.
ahead. Any questions?
So our next question is, you take photos while you're as part of your studies, and what are you doing with those photos?
Well, they're photo IDs, and so we can identify each whale, look at a whole picture of them, get a piece of skin, look at the DNA, and if the whale is a male and he's singing, we have that song, We have all the pictures put together in a catalog. So we know that whale and we can compare it with the next whale and the next whale and the next whale. But we can also compare it with the whales in French Polynesia and New Caledonia and Tonga and Samoa and say, oh my gosh, okay, this whale was here. And then 14 days later, it was in Tonga. And so we can follow their tracks without having to satellite tag. Although we do satellite tag too, when we can have the funding, we do satellite tag.
So you do a lot of work with other scientists in other part of the world and communicate back and forth with the whales that you're seeing in your area, and then they the same thing with the whales they're seeing.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the magic of the internet, because sometimes we'll see something, we can't identify it, and you just put it out there and boom, 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 boom. Everything starts coming back immediately. Answers to very hard questions. And we work together. We work together all the time. We have a consortium.
It's very much a collective, and also what's being added to that collective is a community input. And very much today, there's also, well, you know, what we say is more of an Indigenous input also to that science. So we see a Western science and we see an Indigenous science as well. So a lot of the old Indigenous stories around their interaction. Basically, they have knowledge from over 5,000 years of interaction with whales. So by bringing those two stories together, we're able to get a better understanding of not just the science side, but also the social side and the human side, the connecting side as well. So very important, the coming together of those two sciences.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's very important to remember our history and remember those things and tie those together and learn from that history. So that's very important. So another question that's come through is how many whales come there during that season on average? What is your average number of whales that you see?
It depends upon the season. I can have anywhere from 89 whales to 498 whales during a season. Very strange. I mean, there have been 22 seasons so far. This is our 23rd. Altogether, we've had something, I think it's 4,369 whales. I can't for sure say each one of those is a different whale. That's how many sightings we've had.
The other thing too is a Cook Islands, so explain site specific. It is not.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about
So they're
site
individuals.
fidelity.
Yep.
Well, we have a very strange phenomenon here. Humpbacks have site fidelity, and site fidelity means that often whales will go back to their same area. Maybe not every year, but maybe 2 or 3 or maybe even 10 years. But site fidelity we find everywhere around the world with humpback whales. But here, in 22 years, we've only had 3 whales come back. That's really bizarre.
That is crazy.
So the Cook Islands is a corridor, more of a corridor than a breeding ground, right?
Well, we don't quite fit into the definition of a breeding ground because they don't stay here very long. They pass through.
So Stan, we have lost the video from you.
Okay, let's move on.
Just going to check the feed. Can you hear the audio?
I've got audio, but I don't have video right now.
Should be able to get a signal.
So when we go out into the ocean, as you can see, sometimes we do have technical difficulties. That happens. But we have learned so much from Nan today and Stan, the amazing stuff that they are doing in the ocean, the Pacific Ocean. And it's so important, you know, right here where, you know, Stan mentioned earlier that, you know, I'm from Missouri, which I am in a landlocked state. Most kids here in this area don't have access to the ocean and get to see the ocean. It's so important that we all understand that everything we do affects our ocean. So even if we're not seeing that effect on a day-to-day, people like Stan and Gracie and Darius and Nan, they are seeing that effect. And it's so important for us to protect our natural areas and making sure that we're relevant in that area. So, oh, Stan, it looks like you are back. Can you hear us? Stan, you're on mute.
We can hear you. We're back again.
Yeah, there you are. I told them that sometimes because we're on the ocean, we would have technical difficulties. So glad to have you back.
So the other thing is that we're everything here is, because we're a small island in the middle of the ocean, everything for us is satellite linked at the moment. So it all
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
bounces off the satellite. Come on the other
Well,
side.
and you also are experiencing some weather today that we did not experience during our test runs. So I know that that has been an issue today. So we did have a couple more questions if we've got some time.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So the question is, how big do the whales get and how old do they live to?
Well, if we're going to talk about humpbacks, they get to be between 45 and 50 feet long. And this is really interesting. The female is a little bit bigger than the male. It's reverse dimorphism. So that's kind of cool. And we don't know exactly how long they live for, except that I disagree personally. When some people say 50 years, I think it's more like 80 to 100 years that humpbacks live. We know that other species of whales, especially up in the Arctic, can live to be, I think there's a bowhead, they think it can live to be over 200 years. So we're looking at different things. First, we looked at the little wax where their holes were, where they used to hear and have ears. And then we looked at their baleen, then we looked at their eyes. And now we're just looking at the end of the strand of DNA to see how old they are. We're trying to find better ways.
Very cool. All right. Are you ready for another question?
Yeah.
So do they have one calf or sometimes can they have twins?
Well, they have one calf, but in very, very unusual situations they've had twins, but it's not
Okay.
very common.
All right. All right. So this is amazing. It's unfortunate that we did not get to find dolphins or whales today, but you know, we got to be out on the ocean, and that's an amazing view to see the ocean right there. You know, the other day when we tested, we got to see 8 spinner dolphins. And you were mentioning with the spinner dolphins that they had not been on the islands for a long time. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Okay. So these are our spinner dolphins that they're actually called Stenella longirostrus because they have a very long rostrum. They're quite beautiful. They're called spinner dolphins because they can actually come up out of the water and spin 6 or 7 times before they go back down again. It's wonderful to watch. And we don't know exactly why they do it. We were just reading last night a report about their spinning, and they said it was like an emotional exclamation point, and I love that.
That's a great way.
They come and they bow ride the boat, and lately they've been bow riding the whale. We've had this whale, and the dolphins have just been playing with him, so that's been fun. But they are here and they feed here. They eat squid and fish and shrimp, things like that they can find around here. And they're beautiful, so they come rushing over to our boat and we know from the front and just everywhere. They just have fun with our ride. It's effortless. The water is just away from the bow, and the animals love bow riding. It's a play behavior.
All right. So Stan, do you have any last minute comments that you would like to leave us with? Anything you'd like to leave us from the Cook Islands?
Well, I'd just like to say that everything is a team effort, and everything too, for us as Pacific people, Polynesians, our culture is all centered on family. So it's all about making a family effort, but it's also reaching out to this larger family, which is our family around the world. And really, for us, connecting to the ocean and letting people know that we're a way for them to connect to the ocean. And they connect through us anytime, and for us, we're happy to share the experience of the ocean with them. If anything, to realize that they do have an impact on the ocean, no matter where they are in the world. And if anything, for us, we want to be the guardians for them of that ocean. So know that we're there for them, and we know that they're there for us as well. So thanks for today.
Let's put everybody together and say bye. Okay, come on, Marissa. Come on, everybody. Here, come here. Oh, this way.
Okay, so we're just going to say goodbye from here. Okay, so that's us. So from the Cook Islands, see you guys. Thanks for everything.
Thank you very much, Dan. Thank you, Nan. Thank you, Darius and Gracie and Nan. So amazing to be able to go to the Cook Islands today. I mean, technology, what an amazing thing to be able to partner with Moana Pacifica through mission conservation. We truly enjoyed the partnership. And I can tell you, make sure you download the app, go play a mission conservation. This week's mission conservation, Moana Pacific Ocean Icons. It's an amazing way to meet people from the Cook Islands and learn about their icons, whether it be a humpback whale or corals. Amazing opportunity. Thank you guys very much. Come back and see us next time. See ya.
See ya.
Thank you, everybody. See ya.
See ya.